back with this ugly ass hat as my thinking cap. And y'all, we are here to talk about how I make publishing simple. If you are new to my channel or new to my live, know that my name is Coach Missy. I am a published author. I have written and published, self-published over 10 books. You can check my author's page out on Amazon, Missy D. Scott. Check out my author's page. I've had a lot of success with story time on TikTok. I went viral with my stories as well from two of my novels, and I'm here to teach you how to do the same thing. I literally took a $300 investment, wrote my first book, and it's crazy because all of my other books cost a lot less than that. I literally took a $300 investment, wrote my first book, and I have made more than 200% of my money back on that first $300 investment. So, what I'm going to do between now and Monday the 28th is I'm going to do some free classes. I'm going to give you some free knowledge, some free nuggets of knowledge. And I'm also going to tell you, remind you about the boot camp. Now, the last time I went live earlier today, and that was just doing my live for my subscribers. And we had 3 people sign up for the 6 week to self publishing boot camp, which starts on Monday the 28th. We had 3 people sign up, y'all. So that means, to my knowledge, unless I had some other people sign up, I probably have 14 more spots left. Mind you, I'm gonna go. This is my Friday live I'm doing. I'm gonna go live Saturday, Sunday, and go live on Monday. Right now, you can join my boot camp on iamcoachmissy.com and save 50%. Go to thisiscme.com. My bad. Hold on, y'all. Go to thisiscme.com. Thisiscme.com. I'm going to change it on the screen for y'all. Thisiscme.com. Use the code Nifty50 and you can save 50% on the boot camp. Nifty 50 and save 50% on the boot camp. This is CME.com and use the code Nifty NIFTY, the number 50, and save 50% on this is CME.com. So y'all ready? Let's get it. Let's go. What's up, everybody? Again, my name is Coach Missy. And today I'm pulling back the curtain because a lot of folks make self-publishing sound harder than what it really is. Everybody, it don't take you a year to write no damn book. It don't take you 10 years to publish no book, right? I'm about to show you how I have helped people publish their books in just 6 weeks without spending thousands or getting stuck. All right. So again, I just want to remind you, we all are rolling 14 people today. The question is, are you one of them? We have 14 spots left in my 6 weeks to self-publish boot camp. And before let me get these questions out the way. No, I'm not doing this class again this year. I don't even know if I'm doing it again next year. I got my own damn books to write. Right? God told me to do it. I'm here. I'm doing it. This is what we're going to do. Unless God talks to me, speak to me, Lord. At least God speaks to me. He talks to me through this hat and tell me to do another class next year. It won't be until next year. All right? So get in where you fit in. Now, today, we're going to talk about why most people overcomplicate it, right? So let's get into it. Let's talk about why. Let's start off with that. Why do most people overcomplicate, right? Publishing a book. A lot of people think that you need to get picked by a big publisher or hire 10 people or be perfect. No ham, no ma'am, no Sam, right? You just need a roadmap and discipline to follow it. That's it. That's why I created this boot camp, right? I literally hand you the blueprint. And guess what I'm going to talk about? I'm about to give you the blueprint right now. You ready? Are you ready? This is also going to be on my YouTube. I'm Coach Missy. Here's the blueprint. Number one, get crystal clear about your story and outline it. That's number one. Week one, we're going to get crystal clear about your story and outline it. Okay. Week two, we're going to build a writing rhythm, right? Tiny actions equal big results. I started writing for 10 minutes at a time. I would get a 10-minute timer, set it, I will write it, and then I will walk away. Right? We're going to build a writing rhythm. All right. Week three, we're going to edit and polish, right? Because this is about progress, not perfection. Edit and polish. Week four, we're going to self publish with real tools, Amazon KDP and ISBNs, right? We're going to self publish with real tools, okay? Week 5, we're going to format like a pro using simple templates. I have templates I can give you. I don't care what kind of book you're trying to write. I got a template for it. I promise you. I've invested in so many templates because I have everything from journals. I have planners. I have workbooks. I got journals that are workbooks. I have written novels, all kind of stuff. So we're going to format like a pro using simple templates that I provide you. Okay. And week number 6, we're going to launch your book with an audience waiting, right? Because I'm going to teach you how to market it. I want you to imagine, to listen, this is what I want you to do. Put your hands together like this. Put your hands together like this. Like this. Imagine holding your finished book in your hand 6 weeks from today. Go ahead, put your hand in your book. See, put your hand in your book. Put your book in your hand. Put it together. This is one of my books right here. This is the first book I did. To know that this book literally lived in my, this is my book, this is my first novel that I made. To know that this book lived in my phone. To know that these words, I'm telling y'all, I don't care if nobody say I cried like a baby. When I got a copy of this book in my hand, baby, I had birthed some foolishness. I cried like a baby. You know why? Because these, I could actually open it up and these are my thoughts. These are my experiences. These are my life lessons. And I can share this with people, right? Listen, even if you don't have plans what to write one book, get it out there. Check that off your list. Live with no regrets, right? All right. Hey, welcome everybody that's joining in. Again, y'all, right now, as I know of, we have 14 spots left in my 6 weeks of self-publishing course, which starts on Monday. You're going to get templates. You're going to get live Q&A. I'm going to coach you live. You're going to get the recorded sessions. Some life happens. You miss the class. We're going to get you the recording sessions. I'm going to have writing sessions with you guys. I'm going to listen. We're going to make it do what it do. All right. You can always go check out my author page on Amazon. Listen, you can also go check out my author page on Amazon, Missy D. Scott. Go to Amazon, go click on the books and search Missy D. Scott and check out my author page. All right. All right, now I'm going to tell you why this program works. I ain't talking about nobody else's program. I ain't here to compare me to what I do. No, let me tell you why my program works, right? Because you're not just getting videos, you're getting live access to me every single week, right? You get templates, a publishing checklist, and access to private coaching. You don't have to guess, you just follow the plan. All right, I take all the guesswork out of publishing and writing your first book. You just follow the plan. Understand this: publishing your story should be simple, powerful, and sacred. And that's what I deliver. If you can follow a simple 6 week plan, you can become a published author. As I said before when I was talking to you yesterday, how many of y'all can say my mother published a book? How many of y'all can go right now to your library in your home and pull a book out and say, my mother wrote this, my father wrote this, my sister wrote this, right? My grandmother wrote this. Some of us can do it, but not many. Now, again, some of my books is a little raunchy, they a little ratchet. But being that I have went on and written 10 books so far and I continuously write, my granddaughters can go one day and say, hey, that book right there, my grandmother wrote that. Missy D. Scott, my grandmother wrote this book. My grandmother wrote that workbook. My grandmother published this. My grandmother published that, right? My children can say, they say, what do your mother do? Oh, my mother is a business owner. She's an author. She's an influencer. I don't care what nobody say. Listen, when you say something about being an author, people perk up. Now, I'm about to be messy real quick. Where are my single ladies? Where are my single ladies who ready to date somebody, a high value man? I almost rolled my eyes when I said that. You want to intrigue somebody? Tell a man that know how to read that you're an author. Oh shit. Tell him you're an author. Oh, I'm an author. Not I publish books. I'm an author. Okay. When I tell you the level of respect in the conversation, I'm telling you, it should work. Hey, I'm talking about 6 and 7 figure men. I ain't talking about these motherfuckers on the corner. I'm talking about men who are educated. Listen, you don't hear that shit every day. You don't hear that shit every day. Oh, I'm an author. What? What kind of books you write? Do you know how many, when men find out that I write novels about my dating life, do you know how many of them start doing crazy shit to try to be in my next book? How many of them be like, you gonna write about me in your next book? If you don't sit your groupie ass down, am I gonna be in your next book? They love that shit. I'm an author. Because then everything is a story to them. Oh my God, is this a storyline? Sir, we are eating chicken. Have a seat. No, it's not. All right. So what I'm saying is this: you get to listen, you get to add author to your resume. Yeah, they do. They always want to be. Is you? Am I gonna be in the story? Yeah, a short story. Get it? Hello, a short story. Yeah, yeah. Okay, what you want? Okay, you gonna okay, you gonna be in a glossary. Okay, please. The dedication. Okay, the book. I'm sorry. Let me get back on track. My bad. My bad. Listen, my bad. I'm just here to say this. I'm here to help you write a book. And as always, when I do these classes, I always read a little bit. Right? Now, I want y'all to pick a number. Listen, I want y'all to pick a number between, I'm gonna read just like 1 or 2 pages from this book. This is my first book I ever wrote. Pick a number between 1 and 136. Pick a number between 1 and 136. Listen, I'm going to teach you how to write a book, how to write a story that's so intriguing. No matter what page you said 37, no matter what page you start on, people going to want to know more. Page 37. You ready? All right. I'm going to start from the first full paragraph. I got page 37. All right. Let's get it. Let's go. John and Jack were the only boyfriends I invited. Everyone else were neighborhood friends. My mom and grandmother spared no expense on my party, and every day that passed made me nervous and excited at the same time. The night before my birthday, I had talked to Jack and John, and I told each one of them that my favorite boy cousin, aka Jack and John, would be there. And I didn't want them to get jealous if my favorite cousin was in my face because he is my favorite cousin. Those conversations with Jack and John were the first time I blatantly lied and created an entire scenario concerning a love interest. And the crazy part is, I liked it. I woke up that Saturday morning, energized and excited. My friends had called me to double check the start time and to reassure that both Jack and John, my boyfriends, were coming. Now that I'm older and I'm looking back on that day, I understand that my friends wanted to see the entire day blow up in my face. Turn out one of my friends wanted Jack for herself, but I was the apple of his eye and she never had a chance. My homegirl showed up early to help with the decorations, and they wanted to be front and center when Jack and John arrived. The kids started coming in around 3 p.m., mostly girls and a couple neighborhood boys, and then the doorbell rang, and I knew it was John. John was super respectful and wouldn't dare just walk in. Unlike most 15-year-old boys, John had facial hair in a deep waves. His hair felt like it was made of silk, and when he smiled, the entire room would light up. One of my friends let John in, and all you could see were gifts. John had found the largest teddy bear I had ever seen and had purchased several other items. John had covered up his face trying to bring the gifts in, but once he set the gifts down and flashed that Colgate smile, the entire room fell silent. My hunger looked at me, and all she could say was, "Damn." I was so happy that John had arrived first. That way, I could introduce him to my friends and pair him up with one of my real cousins to keep him occupied discussing football once Jack arrived. About 30 minutes had passed since John had arrived, which gave me enough time to hug and kiss John to make him feel special. Just as I was going into the kitchen, I heard someone say, "Jack!" And I froze. My grandmother wanted me to start setting up the table so my friends could eat. I damn near dropped the pan of fried chicken. My grandmother snapped her fingers and told me to pay attention to what I was doing. And just as she was scolding me, Jack walked in the kitchen and said, "Hey, Grandma." My grandmother cut her eyes at me and sucked her teeth in disgust and said, "Little girl, you need to watch yourself." While my family was moving about the party in a normal fashion, my friends had their eyes glued on me, watching my every move, holding their breath, hoping that Jack and John would find out the truth, and what should be the happiest day of the year turned out to be the worst day of my year. But your girl played it cool. We ate, laughed, and danced. I was even so bold as to introduce the two of them. Can you believe it? I introduced Jack to John and John to Jack and hugged both of them at the same time and said that each was my favorite guy. My friends couldn't believe it with their own eyes. One of them actually left early because she was in disbelief. Plus, she didn't have a boyfriend. So to watch me maneuver two at the same party was too much for her spirit. Now, now that I think about it, I never really dealt with her again after that party. Damn, that's deep. But okay, back to the story. All right, what was another page number? That was from my story 1995. That was my 15th birthday party. That was the first time I had two boyfriends at the same birthday party. That was the first time I blatantly lied and had two boyfriends at the same birthday party. And god damn it, I kept going ever since. I still be having two boyfriends at the same birthday party. Honey, I'm known for that. All right, give me another page number 1 through 136. Give me a page number 1 through 136. I'm gonna pick another page in the book and I'm gonna read from it. How many of y'all like that story? Even though it's about my 15th birthday party, how many of y'all want to know what happened at that party? Even that shit was happening out in 1995. How many people still want to know, girl, how that turned out? All right, we got 77. She said, yeah, this is my book. Yes, this is my book. You can go to thisiscme.com and get this book for 50% off. Go to thisiscme.com and get my book. All right, page number 77. All right, I'm going to say this. I knew Brian was open to a relationship, but he was very cautious due to his last breakup. I wanted to ask Brian so bad what direction we were moving in. However, I believe that you shouldn't have to ask a man about his feelings for you because a real man will make his intentions known. Plus, I was still dealing with Justin. So I wasn't 100% free myself. I had a good thing going weekdays with Brian and weekends with Justin, and Sunday was family day with the kids. I was living the high life, but everything must come to an end. Labor Day is one of my favorite holidays because the weather is not too hot or too cold. My kids always hung out with their father's side of the family so I could get a break. I hate family gatherings and friendly cookouts, so I'm accustomed to eating regular food and waiting on my kids to bring me a to go plate when they come home the next day. And as a bonus, Law and Order marathons are on several cable channels starting at 7 a.m., so this is the life. I don't have expectations of the man I'm dating during the holidays if we are not in a relationship. I don't stress invites because I'm not into meeting the guy's family. So I sent out a traditional good morning, happy Labor Day text and turned my attention to cereal and my Law and Order marathon because guess what? Life is good. As expected, I received text messages from Justin and Brian, both asking me if I was with my family at a cookout, and I simply replied no. I had fell asleep around noon only to be awakened by a phone call. It was Justin. Justin said, "Hey, love, how you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm great. Watching TV, butt naked on the couch, eating snacks. I hear a lot of noise outside. Are you at Luke Easter Park?" Justin says, "Yeah, I'm up here with my family cookout, playing dominoes, smoking on some good." I said, "Well, sounds like a good time to me. I know it's hella people at the park today. The weather is so nice." He said, "Hell yeah, it has to be about 10 different picnics going on. I can barely find a place to park. I ran into some people we went to high school with, and a couple of us are planning on meeting at the bar tonight. You should come hang with us." I said, "Well, I'll think about it. I have to see when the kids are coming home." Justin said, "I understand. What are you eating today?" I said, "Cereal." He said, "Cereal." I said, "Yes, cereal." He said, "I know you want some barbecue inside. Shit, who eats cereal on Labor Day?" I said, "Me. I eat cereal on Labor Day. I should have a plate tomorrow from my ex's house. The kids never let me down." Justin said, "You don't have to wait till tomorrow for a plate. I'm going to bring you one." I said, "Bring me a plate? That's a new one. You don't even know where I live." "I appreciate the offer, right? Would you like me to meet you somewhere?" Justin said, "No, I figure it's time I step by. We have been meeting up for months. Plus, I want to see your spot." I said, "Okay, well, text or call me when you're ready so I can send you the address." Justin said, "Cool. I miss seeing your pretty face anyway." I said, "I almost miss you too." Now, what the fuck had just happened? Justin has never expressed an interest in coming over or told me that he missed me. He must be high as hell, but I could use a plate, and I'm not worried about Justin knowing where I stay because I know he's not that type to pop up without calling. And at this rate, I only see him on Saturdays and late night, which is exactly the time when Brian is home with his kids, so I should be in the clear. Damn, today is going to be great. I might even get me some. An hour after Justin's call, I receive a call from who? Brian. Ring, 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 ring. Brian says, "Hey, Butterball, what you doing over there?" I said, "Butt naked on the couch watching TV." He said, "Oh, yeah, what you watching, love?" I said, "My favorite show, our favorite show, Law and Order." Brian says, how many times are you going to watch that show? You know that there are other TV shows you can watch. I'm starting to think you like iced tea. I said, now I could use a sweet tea, but I love the storyline, so leave me alone about my show. I started laughing. Brian said, speaking of sweet tea, what are you eating? I said, cereal, right? Brian said, now, Butterball, you need some real food. My mom and aunties cook everything you could think of. I'm going to bring you a plate. Is that okay? I said, oh, Daddy, that is so nice. You always look out for me. When do you want to come by? Brian said, give me about an hour. I said, bet. Brian said, do you miss me, Butterball? I said, all the time, sunshine. He said, I'll call you when I'm leaving. I said, cool. So, okay, this is easy. Justin needs my address and he's in the middle of a domino game. And I know Brian isn't going to stay long because his kids are at the park. Two plates, two hugs, and two possible dick appointments in the same day. Your girl is winning. Nothing can go wrong. Meanwhile, at the park, Justin says, say, bro, get off the damn phone. We trying to finish this game. Who you on the phone making love to? Brian says, sit your hating ass down, Justin. You need a girl in your life and maybe you'll stop running the streets. Justin say, fool on you, I might have a girl. Brian says, who? You know damn well you have a stable of hoes and starts laughing. Justin says, well, actually, I have a little chick across town that I have been chilling with and she's starting to grow on me. Matter of fact, I'm going to fix her a plate and slide through later. Brian said, what? You fixing a chick a plate and taking it to her? She must be a bad bitch. Where did you meet her? At a strip club? The after hours spot? Justin said, nah, she a good girl. What about you? You said you were done with dating since you and Sharice broke up, and now you jump up every time your phone ring. What's going on with you? Brian said, you're not the only one with a good girl. Matter of fact, let me fix my Bayer plate before your greedy ass come and pack everything up. Justin said, well, do both of us a favor and fix two plates and hurry up so we can get back to this game. Brian says, I swear if you wasn't my brother. What y'all think happened there? Uh, uh, what do you think is going on in this book? How many of y'all like, bitch, if you don't keep reading? Huh? This book that I listen, there are four short stories in this book. I wrote this book in 2 weeks. I wrote this book in 2 weeks on my phone. I had no idea how to actually write a book. I started doing research. I wrote my book in 2 weeks. I developed, listen, this is the first book I wrote, and they just get better from here. How many people understand who Justin and Brian are to each other? Hmm? Raise your hands if you understand the plot twist. Raise your hands if you understand what is going on from the what I read. I just let y'all pick a page number. I didn't start from the top of the story. I started in the damn near the end of the story. How many people know what's happening here? She said, keep reading. The fuck I'm not. I'm about to go to sleep. Okay, you can go get this book at thisiscme.com. Use that code Nifty50 and save 50%. I'm autographing for you. Huh? Just to bring y'all up to speed, Brian and Justin are brothers. I did not, and these are real stories. I did not know they were brothers. I did change the names and I changed a lot of the characteristics because I don't need nobody to come back and sue me. They were brothers. They had the same father. I was dating both of them at the same time. Did not know they were brothers. Neither one of them talked about having a brother. They only talked about the kids that their mother has because their father had a lot of children. However, they were very close. If you did not catch on to the shit I was putting out, they both called me to bring me food. They were at the same fucking picnic because they were at their father's side of the family. Hmm? And this is the point right before they figure out that they're talking to the same girl, same girl. This is my book, Good Morning Sunshine, Volume 1. This is the book that I'm reading. I'm telling you that I can teach you how to write your own book. You might want to write a children's book. No problem. I got you. You want to put out journals and planners. No problem. I got you. You want to write a novel. You want to write short stories. You want to write poetry. No problem. I got you. I have a format, a 6 week formula for you to write whatever it is that you want to write and put that shit out. I'm reading from my first book I ever wrote. It took me 2 weeks. I wrote this book when I had COVID in 2021. I literally had COVID in 2021 and I wrote this book. Huh? Good Morning Sunshine. Go to visitcme.com. Go ahead and find the books. You can buy book one, book two, and pre-order book three, which is cost still crazy, and get 50% off with Nifty 50. You can also sign up. What you need to do is sign your ass up. If you know a book resides in you, if you got a story to tell, right? If you want to make money while you sleep, all I have to do is go on live, do story time. I have another TikTok page with storytelling. When I opened up that TikTok page, it went viral within the first 24 hours because people love mess. People love a good story. People love drama. You understand me? That page went from 0 to 10,000 followers in 24 hours. The first video I ever posted on there had over 500,000 views within 24 hours. Okay. If you want to know how to tell a story, I'm your girl. All right. I'm your girl. I need one more person to give me a page number between 1 and 136. Give me one more page number. I'm gonna pick another story. You say, can you say how to make the book published? Yeah, sign up for my class. That's how you get your book published. Sign up for my class. Hello. Sign up. All right. Page number 48. Page number 48 is from the same story. I'm gonna do 122 because that's from the same story I just read. Y'all go to thisiscme.com, look for my 6 week to self-publishing class, and go ahead and sign up and use Nifty 50 to save 50% off. Let's do 122. Oh, I can't read but so much of this. This is a little different. You ready? And then this is the end. I'm gonna add y'all got any questions about how to sign up for the class? I'm gonna tell y'all to go ahead and do it. So here's the deal. Page 122. Shortly after settling in the backyard, Tiffany and her date walk up to myself and Mr. A, and she introduces us to her ex-boyfriend and offers to bring drinks back for the group. Luckily, Nola had struck up a conversation with the lady from New Orleans, which loosened him up, and he was out of my hair for a while. So I was happy as hell. Mr. A, the host, Tiffany, the ex-boyfriend, and I were laughing and having a great conversation, and then suddenly Tiffany touches my thigh. I stopped laughing and looked at her. I was assuming that she had misplaced her hand, but the look in her eyes said otherwise. With her hand still on my thigh, Tiffany leans in towards me and whispers in my ear, I've always wanted you. I said, Excuse me? She says, while looking me deep in my eyes, she says, I think you're so pretty to me, and it would be an honor to taste you. I said, Are you serious? She said, It's a heart attack. I look at Tiffany. I said, Well, you're in luck today, Tiff. I'm going to be a lesbian for the next 15 minutes. Women have been flirting with me since I was 16, and it's time to figure out what the fuss is all about. But first, let me make a call. Tiffany said, Take your time. I'm not going anywhere. Go check out thisiscme.com. If you don't sign up for the class, sign up. Go ahead and get y'all them goddamn books and read it for yourself. Hmm? Huh? Huh? Tiffany said, I want to taste you. With her ex boyfriend standing there. My date is there. She said, What's the title of the book? Go to thisiscme.com and look for my books. It's Good Morning Sunshine, Volume 1. Go to thisiscme.com, use that discount code and say 50%. You'll get an autographed copy. You said, Hot mess? Ain't it though? Ain't it? Huh? 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 Yeah. Again, what I'm showing to y'all, first of all, yeah, my books are crazy. But what I'm showing you all that the way the method that I'm going to teach you how to write your books, it doesn't matter what page you open up, it's going to captivate your audience. It doesn't matter what page number I read from, it's going to captivate your audience. The people are going to be hooked. People love a good story. Do you know how much money it is? You know how much money you can make from just a story? You can publish your book. You can do story time on YouTube. Let's talk about how you can take one story and have several streams of income. One story, right? So, publishing the book, this is more than just about publishing your book. You're going to have a script for a possible short movie, huh? You're going to have story time. You're going to have videos that you can make on YouTube and do story time with ASMR, right? Get you a $50 podcast kit and whisper some goddamn where and tell these stories. So I'm going to show you, I can show you how to get monetized on YouTube, right? So you go ahead and do that. You're going to have you can do a short story form on TikTok and on Instagram where you put the words on the screen, right? If you have the words on the screen and you make your video 10 to 13 seconds long, people are going to have to go ahead if they're going to you have like maybe 15 to 20 parts to a story. People are going to rewatch your video over and over again in order to read everything that's on the screen. They're going to want more. Where's the next part? You don't, and I'm gonna teach you how to market it. You don't post the next part until they start asking, oh my God, I need the second part. And then you're going to respond to one of their comments on TikTok and post, this is part number two, part number three. Though this is more than just writing a book. This is more than just writing a book. I'm gonna show you how to get to it. Huh? Right? This is a YouTube short. Huh? Yeah, this is more than just writing a book. Absolutely. This is a possible podcast interview. Huh? Yeah. This is more than just about writing a book. I'm gonna show you how to use this one piece of information, right? I do lives, I do story time lives. I'm starting my OF page on May 1st. I'm doing story time on OF, right? I do story time anywhere else. I'm posting videos on YouTube. People watch my videos. They guess what? They want to stay and see what happens. So if I put ads in the middle of my videos, I opted in what's called mid ad rolls, right? Videos on YouTube. You watching my YouTube, unless you are a premium subscriber, the ad is gonna pop up. You got to know what the fuck is happening. You can't leave. You're gonna watch that ad and I'm gonna get paid. Huh? You're gonna watch that ad and I'm gonna get paid. These books, these books are part of a series. Where is book number two at? These books are part of a series. And like I said, I just don't write novels. Because some of y'all like, well, I don't want to write novels. I want to do something else. I just don't write novels. This is part two. My second book, listen, my second book is even thicker. This is Crazy Love. This is another set of short stories, right? That's volume two of a 5-part volume series. People want more. People like, where in the fuck is volume three? I have people in my inbox right now. Yo, where is volume three at? You was wild and you was playing. What's up, Buttercup? I'm gonna show you how to get your public, how to get the public stirred up, or whatever it is that you need to say, whatever message. And it don't have to be messy, it don't have to be sexual, it don't have to be sensual, right? You said you've been working on your book for 30 years. God damn. What is an encyclopedia? What is you working on? Put some of that shit out. Listen, if I sat around, I put 4 stories in my books. You know why? Because I have so many stories. If I sit up and try to write all my stories, the opportunity will pass me by. The moment will pass me by. So I put the shit out. I say, hey, this is volume one. This is volume two. Volume three is coming. And guess what? Now I could have published one big ass book and had 20 stories in it, right? And then I get what? I get paid one time for that book. Most people ain't gonna pay more than $27 for a book. I could have waited and wrote all these stories. I could have took a whole year, 18 months, and wrote every story that I had written down in my notebook. These are all the stories I'm gonna put in my books. I could have published one fat ass book, right? People ain't gonna pay, like I said, no more than $27 at the bookstore for a book. I would have sold the autographed copies for $40. And then guess what? That's it. When you break them into short stories, when you break your story down into different volumes, you are now creating another stream of revenue. They bought book one, they want book two. They got book three, they want book four. I can tell you now, book three is called Still Crazy. Okay, book four is called Honorable Mentions. This is going to have 10 short stories, and they're going to be shorter than the other ones because it's honorable mentions. These is for the niggas who didn't have that much of a storyline, but they still had an interesting story, and I'm going to talk about it. And then my last book is going to be called Soulmates. Volume five is Soulmates. Right, the last one was the soulmates. It have 3 longer stories in it. Soulmates, because you get 3 soulmates, past, present, and future. Soulmates, right? 3 stories. Those stories are going to be a lot longer than this. So soulmates might be both of these books combined, but it's going to be 3 stories. People read my listen. These are easy reads. People read my stuff within a day. And not because, oh, the words, not because the print is real big and the words are elementary. It's because they be so hooked on it. They be like, yo, I couldn't put the book down. I couldn't wait till tomorrow. They read it within a day. Guess what? Here's another form of income, right? You write a book, the people love it. You got it on Instagram, you got it on YouTube, you're selling your book in a TikTok shop. Then you do a ask the author. You do a private Zoom where you do a private reading. You read your book to the people. People love when I read to them and they get to ask you questions. I use my novels, I leave most of them on a cliffhanger. Guess what? Because people will be like, what happened to Chase? What happened to Cookie? Where is Jersey? What happened to that dude Damon? Do y'all still talk? And guess what I do? I have a members only, right? I have a VIP customer thing where you can go ahead and come in for $5, $10. You can come in this Zoom. I'm gonna read the story. We're gonna do a nice little ambiance. And guess what? You can ask me questions and I'm gonna tell you what happened to these people. All of that, all of them, all of those money making opportunities off of one story. Also, listen, for the people who like, well, I ain't got no goddamn story to tell, but I want to make a workbook. This is my number Bible. This is Coach Misty's number Bible for 2025. I told you. Look at this. Look at this. Coach Misty's number Bible for 2025. This is a money manifestation workbook for 2025. This deals with numerology, manifestations, your wealth code, right? Look at all this stuff. I told you I write a lot of books. Huh? Listen, all this stuff, right? This is your money blessings workbook, the millionaire spiritual routine, overcoming money blockages, manifesting with dates and times, prosperity practices for 2025. Now, I could have just called this the number Bible. I could have left it at that. But no, what did I do? I called it the 2025 number Bible. Because that's guess what I'm gonna come out with July 1st. Come on, let me see if y'all hoes is up. Guess what I'm coming out with July 1st? This is the 2025 number Bible. What y'all think I'm gonna drop on July 1st? Do 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 do. Y'all don't know? Put your thinking caps on. Come on, the other Nina. God damn. The 2026 number Bible. The 2026 number Bible that deals with the law of attraction. Yes, God, it's going to be blue and gold. The 2026 number Bible that deals the money and number Bible that deals with the law of attraction for 2026. God damn. I thought I was talking to an empty room. Huh? Listen, even though this is the 2025 book, it has a lot of practices that still can be used. It talks about the money blessing, the financial goal setting for 2025, the money blessing checklist, the millionaire spiritual routine, right? Listen, I have a lot of fill in the gaps, right? Come on, somebody. Affirmations to break limiting beliefs about money, the prosperity practices for the 2025, bless your bank account or ritual, right? Affirmation for spiritual money management. All of that is in this book. Not only do I sell this book and I sell it with a blessed bill and I go ahead and autograph it, I also sell the PDF. I also sell the PDF. So I sell the books and then I'm going to show you how you don't have to keep a bunch of books on hand. You don't have to keep a bunch of books on hand. No, you don't. Amazon with Amazon KDP, you don't have to. Nope, you don't. I'm show you all that in the boot camp. Anybody got any questions about the boot camp, how to sign up? Any questions at all about the boot camp? Come on, talk to me. Boom. This is just one of the workbooks. This is everybody love the number money Bible. You can also get this PDF on thisiscme.com for 50% off. Do nifty 50. You can get the PDF. Anybody got any questions about my boot camp? That's just one of my workbooks. Nope. All right, I'm gonna put these over here. All right, y'all. Well, listen, I cannot wait to see y'all in boot camp. Again, it starts on the 28th. It starts on Monday the 28th. I will go ahead and have, if you're not able to make the class, you will get a recording for the class. That's not a problem. We're gonna have coaching and writing sessions. Once we start writing, we'll meet twice a week, starting week 3, coaching and writing sessions. I have 2 packages available on thisiscme.com. You can get the standard package, which comes with the boot camp and the classes, all that good stuff, or you can get the upgraded package, which comes with 3 personal publishing strategy calls with me. Right? I'm gonna give you 3 calls. I'm gonna help you. I'm not gonna. I'm going to help you ghostwrite this book. You get 3 calls with me, and you can use the 50% discount code Nifty50 at thisiscme.com to go ahead and do that. Any other questions? Is the website on your bio? The website is right here. This is cme.com. Right here, the other Nina. This is cme.com. Let me send it to you, friend. Do y'all not see that sticker? This is CME, okay, .com. Do y'all not see the sticker? So that's the website. All right, I just pinned the website, y'all. This is CME.com. Use the code Nifty50, NIFTY. Listen, go ahead, Nifty50, not 5050. Y'all don't see the sticker up here? Hold on. What about now? No, Tam, it's Nifty50. Let me reply to you. Do y'all not see it now? All right, y'all see it? All right, that's it. Nifty50. Go ahead and take a screenshot. You can get the standard boot camp. You can get the boot camp that come with 3 calls, and I can help you co-write this. I can help you ghostwrite this book. I help other people ghostwrite it. Go ahead and take a screenshot. Any other questions, concerns, or comments before we end this live? I want to thank y'all for rocking with me at 3:49 Central Standard Time. Any other questions? You said I don't, but I'm writing it down. Okay, Nina. Do you see where I pinned it? This is CME.com. I pinned it. And then the code is Nifty50. It's in the comments. You can always send me a message. If you don't see it or you need help signing up, go ahead and send me a direct message right now. And I'll send you the link and the coupon code. Go ahead and say, hey, coach, I need to sign up. I need to write some books. I need to make some passive income. I need to take one idea and turn it into 7 streams of income. All right, go ahead and send me a message right now. Listen, Facebook, YouTube, I want to thank you for joining me. I got to go somewhere and sit down and be quiet because I feel myself losing my voice. Again, go to thisiscme.com. Use the code Nifty, NIFTY, 50 Nifty50 and save 50% on my 6 week to self publishing course. I love you guys. I'll be back on Saturday with my last class to talk about. I think it might be the last class to talk about self publishing. If not, I might have 2 more classes to talk about or 2 more opportunities. Either way, the class starts on Monday, the 28th. I hope to see you there. Thank you.